All right, how's everybody doing tonight, guys? We have got a great show lined up for you. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I wasn't expecting the show to go like it is. So, it was actually me and James were going to talk about doing a tackle organization show, which everybody probably seen a lot of that start out like that. So, and got the message from Randy Howell and them today, and that they had an opening come up and they could come on the show. So I'm excited about it. But let's ask James, the other host of the show. James, how you doing tonight? And you excited about tonight's show?
Oh, pretty good, man. Oh yeah, I'm super excited to have Randy Howell on the show tonight.
This is a show we've been trying to do for a while. Not, we've been trying to get Randy on. We've been talking about it for a while, but also just doing a crankbait show. We've been wanting to do a crankbait show with fall and everything around the corner. It's a perfect time for it. So, and Randy Howell's really good. So, I think it's gonna be a great show.
I think so too.
So, James, what have you been up to, bud? I know you didn't really, we wasn't able to get no fishing in this weekend. I wasn't. So what's been going on?
Oh, just working. Work. Got a bunch of stuff going on. Trying to just get tackle organized and do it all on my boat. I sent you a picture this weekend. Looks like a tackle shop threw up in my boat, but other than that, just trying to get things ready and organized to go to the national championship. Just get things ready for next year.
Yeah.
Hoping I can go fishing this weekend for a little bit, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I know I got too much going on this weekend, and plus, it's supposed to be really cool this weekend, so I don't know. I'm being a wuss. I don't know if I want to get on the water in a kayak when it's that colder. I know. I'm being a wuss, but anyways, guys, you can see right there on the left-hand side of our page there, it's our giveaway. It's giveaway time. So we are running a contest on our YouTube channel, and it's on our Facebook. It's kind of both, but the side that's on the Facebook is just sharing the video. So right now, you go subscribe to our channel, and you're instantly entered into our contest, because we're going to be picking from our YouTube subscribers for a prize pack that you see right there in that picture. And there's some really great stuff in there, from missile baits. You got some Bassmaster Classic apparel. That's a signed Suzuki hat. You got some stuff from Accucoil. James, I can't even see what that other shirt is. Is that another? Oh, it's a Suzuki bag. I'm sorry. We got a spinnerbait in there.
It's a Suzuki bag, and then a spinnerbait from Jinko Lures, and a crankbait from Jinko.
So, got a really great pack there. That's some stuff that, if you got now, you could actually start using this time of the year. So, but all you gotta do, like I say, just go subscribe, go on our Facebook page. You can see, and you can also go on our Instagram. I did not post that one yet. You know what? I need to go on and do that. But anyways, falling behind the ball here. But just go subscribe, and then on December 1st, we're gonna be picking a winner, and then we also are gonna be getting everything ready for our Christmas giveaway. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna try to do that pretty quick. We'll probably be in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we'll be doing the giveaway, James. So that way everybody can get it, maybe hopefully before Christmas.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah, so
hope we can do it a couple weeks before Christmas.
Yeah, so we're going to try to make that like a big deal. I don't know if we're going to do it on Facebook yet, or if it's all going to be on YouTube, but I'm trying to work on the studio now to get it so we can get us a nice little Christmas tree in here. We can get James in here, and just give out several prize packs. So, and do a show that night as well. So, but I'm looking forward to that. Last year was a big success with our Christmas giveaway. Falcon come through, Accucoil, missile baits. Man, we had yak lights. We had all kinds of stuff that we was giving away. But it was like, we did 4 or 5 prize packs, and it was just a little bit of everything in each pack. But the top prize pack was a fishing rod, and second place was a fishing rod with some other stuff. So, but anywho, there was something else. Oh, let's talk about our hats. Now, I do want to bring this up. This hat right here, we've been talking about it the last couple shows. this is the debacle that we're in right now. We got some new hats that we'll be getting some pictures up and posting soon. These are our older hats that we posted up with last week before. And James sent me some for the guys around here that were getting them. So if you guys are listening, I'm sorry you ain't got your hat yet. You need to write a nasty email to UPS. That's all I'm saying. They somehow or another made it to Richmond but never left Richmond. But they're saying, if you watch the tracker, it's saying it's in Lynchburg. And they saying it ain't in Lynchburg. So we're in a debacle right now. So if you're waiting for your hat, I'm sorry. This is kind of out of our hands right now. We ain't got no control over it. Luckily, these guys haven't paid for these hats. But we're trying to hurry up and get them to them. So, but anyways,
But we did.
Yeah, we paid for them. Thank you, UPS. So we're trying to recoup our money back on that. But no, it ain't a big deal. I mean, we got our other hats in. Hopefully we can get you guys some of those hats. And we're still trying to get stuff going on the website. And I have a feeling that I'm going to be building another website here soon, like me and James, because I'm about fed up with the company we're dealing with. But I ain't going to go into that. So, but we should be getting Randy Howell on here in just a little while. Let me make sure he ain't called in. That would be okay. I told him to call in about 10 minutes after 9 so we can just get everything out the way. Guys, also, before we go too much further, I want to thank our sponsors for the show this year. We've had amazing sponsors. They've helped us with a whole lot of all of our giveaways, videos, anything and everything OneObjective. It has been sponsor based, and they've just helped out so much. And we got some really great sponsors that'll message us, hey man, you guys need anything, you doing giveaways, whatever. And it's just amazing support. And I'm hoping to get some of these other ones on with their Christmas giveaway this year, because they went with us last year. So but you guys, you can check it down in the link at the bottom of the video. Got all our sponsors, a link to their pages: Alcohol, Falcon, Missile Baits, Bonafide, Yak Attack, Powerpole, Ray Marine. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but name them off if I forgot somebody, James.
Cool.
But anyway, so just want to thank everybody. Like I said, you can go to the links in the bottom, check it out, and then go support them guys and go see all that they have to offer. So working on another video. James, we just got your video up. If Randy calls in, I'll switch over to that. But James, you got your other video up on how you won the Bonafide Kayak and Angle of the Year. I think you did a really good job on that video, man. Some good basic stuff that we've talked about on our show there for a while. And you kind of just showing, hey, this is everything you used. And like I say, I think you did a really good job on that video. And if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and check out James's video he just done on how he won the Bonafide and what all was the main techniques and setups for this year. So, James, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, it was fun kind of going through there, but it wasn't but a few things that I actually did use. 2 of the tournaments we used the same thing.
Yeah.
So
in a couple of tournaments you've used
kind
the
of
same
worked
thing.
out pretty good. Confidence.
Yeah. Well, you figure like your Texas rig. I mean, you used that on several events this year.
Yeah.
So it's been
hard to beat a Texas rig.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with a Texas rig. It's hard to beat a Whopper Plopper. Speaking of that, we went to Bass Pro Shops this weekend, and I got 2 of the what do you call them? By Berkeley. What do you call them things? Looks like a Whopper Plopper.
The Berkeley
knockoff.
style Whopper Plopper.
Yeah, it's a knockoff or whatever. I mean, it looks okay. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it. It's just we can put it to the test. I'm gonna tell you right there. But hey, we got Randy Howell calling in right now. Let's go ahead and get with Randy. Hey, Randy, you got us, buddy?
What's up? Yes. How you doing, Josh?
Oh, not too bad, bud. I appreciate you calling in tonight.
Hey, glad to do it, man. Glad it worked out. You guys are working late on this show.
Oh, yeah, we always do, man. We're
Yeah.
bunch of blue-collar guys, man, with kids. We got to do it late tonight when they go to bed.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good idea, isn't it?
So, man, how's things been going? I know you were supposed to go be a guest speaker for was it your son's fishing club or?
Well, my son actually went and spoke at Scottsboro, Alabama club the night, another high school club. He's a senior, and he never talked before, really done anything like that. So I was going to go with him over there to do it, and then I thought, he might do better if I don't go with him. So I let him go by himself, and he did a good job. The coach texted me a little bit ago and said he did great. He stood up in front of all those 25 other high school guys and told them about fishing and his experiences of fishing high school the last couple of years and all that. So I was pretty cool and proud of him.
Yeah, just like his dad, he's gonna follow in them footsteps, ain't he?
I mean, it would be all right with me if he wants to do it, and he's works hard at it, and it all works out. Good Lord's will is meant to be. It can happen, that's for sure. So a lot better opportunities coming in the future for more young guys like that to be able to do it. So the future's definitely looking bright for other people wanting to get into it.
That's very true. That's kind of one of the things I want to talk to you a little bit. We ain't got to go in depth with it, but you're going over to the Pro Bass Tour. What are your thoughts? I know everybody's kind of put their thoughts out there, but what do you think the future's looking like right now with the Pro Bass Tour?
Yeah, the Bass Pro Tour.
That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Bass Pro Tour.
You got to say it right. You can't cheat Johnny Morris out of his title name. Yeah, the Bass Pro Tour. Yeah, it's man, I tell you, the future is so exciting right now. Just thinking about how the format that's already been established in Major League Fishing, how much fun that is to compete in. But now taking it to another level with 80 of the best guys from both tours, and it's just going to be so awesome to see how that pans out. Only 40 guys will fish, on one particular day, and then 40 will fish the next day, and it'll be, still no limit. Catch as many as you can catch, anything over a pound, and it's going to be a whole different ball game for practicing. We'll have 2 days of practice before competition, and we'll get to do our normal game planning, but it'll just be a whole different style now that we're going to be fishing for numbers, more so than just size. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Now, I seen where they changed, where y'all voted, and there's not going to be any entry fees. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome way of doing it, because you're kind of at that level where you shouldn't have to be paying no entry fees. It's just kind of like the other pro levels, of other sports.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what all the pros over the years, we've always wanted to achieve that, wanted to see that done. It's just never been enough money in the sport to really be able to do it, and then especially when you got the tour, like Bass or FLW, whoever, as the business, and their business model is to make profit, so it is never going to happen under that business model. So the only way it could happen was happening where it's an angler-owned, angler-driven tour, and that's what Bass Pro Tour is in Major League Fishing, and that's what's so cool about it. And we all signed up to fish next year with a $48,375 entry fee. We all knew that, and all 80 guys agreed to do that. And then after the fact, that's what's so cool about having just the anglers to vote, and we all worked together, and everybody started passing around the messages. Hey, what about no entry fees? What would that look like? What will our payout look like if we take our money out of it? And started tweaking it. And Gary Klein and Boyd Duckett, who have kind of been the visionaries behind it all the whole time, they said, if everybody wants to do it, we can do it. Let's just put it on paper and figure it out. So we're fishing for all the sponsor money and just taking our money out. So our payout is still going to be about the same, and a little bit better actually, but about the same as what we fished for in the past on the Elite Series, but we won't have that $48,000 investment right up front. And so what that's going to do is really help, the younger guys and the guys that don't really have a lot of sponsors yet, and then all of us, even guys that have been doing it a long time and have good support, we still like to start out. That's like starting out with a $50,000 sponsor bonus right up front. And that's what the sport needs to be, because when my son comes along out of college one day and wants to try to work his way up to get to that level, and he finally achieves that level, he shouldn't have to not be able to compete because he don't have the money to compete. We could have possibly it could be guys out there that are fishing local tournaments somewhere right now that have the talent and ability to be out here and be another, Kevin Van Dam or Jacob Wheeler, but they haven't been able to do it because they don't have the money to do it. And so this is going to change that for the future of the sport.
Now, does that kind of change how you go through looking for sponsorship now? I mean, now that you don't have that entry fee, does that kind of change how you go about with looking for your sponsorships and all that too? I mean, how does that work out?
No, we still, it just helps us to be able to, make a living, better. So now, because everybody in the Bass Pro Tour is going to be offering every sponsor the potential for twice, 3 times as much exposure as they've ever had before, because this tour is nothing but exposure and media. That's what it's all about. And the live streaming, it's going to be 10 live streaming cameras every day. When 40 guys on the water, it's going to be 10, getting filmed all the time. And then as you work your way through the cuts, there'll be, almost guaranteed full time. And then when you're in the top 10 final day, all 10 guys will have a live stream camera all day. And this is live streaming equipment that they've spent a lot of money on recently to have top quality, like TV quality live streaming. So it's not going to be breaking up here and there and not working half the day if you go above the bridge or below the bridge or whatever, like it has in the past. So it's going to be that, and then also the exposure for our live result shows. We'll have an on-site location we'll come to where us fans and sponsors will be. We'll be able to drive our truck and boat wraps through the tent with the live stream camera on our truck and boat, and every angler gets 2 to 3 minutes to stand there with his truck and boat as the backdrop for the live stream audience and talk about his fishing day. And so everybody's going to get exposure in their own branding, identity, boats, trucks, and jerseys and everything like that. So it's going to just really be great. So when we get our sponsors now, we're selling that exposure value to them is way higher than it's ever been before. And so we can still ask for the money and get the money, but now we use that money for our expenses and for our profit and not for entry fees. So that's going to just be a good thing for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's just looking at it, man. And I know everybody has their own decisions, and I see some turned it down and all that, but just thinking about it, I was like, man, I know if I was an Elite Pro or FLW Pro and I had that invite, it would be hard to say no not to go just for the exposure purpose of it, and to get your name out there more and build your name, plus just how it's changing the sport. So I got one more question for you about Major League Fishing, and then we'll kind of go and do some in-depth. Well, we'll talk about your giveaway boat as well. But with the lakes that have y'all seen any idea of like what the schedule's gonna be like, or are they going to be planning on hitting different lakes than what the Elite Tour and FLW Tour hit? They always hit kind of the same roundabout lakes. Are they going to be trying to hit some different stuff with the new tour?
Yeah, but they're definitely going to have the ability to fish water that we've never been able to fish before. Even like slot lakes, like Lake Fork or a lot of the lakes in Texas that have slot limits, and now you can get a permit and fish a tournament like that. Since it's a catch, weigh, and release deal, we'll be able to fish new bodies of water for sure. But I think that'll come in the following 2020 year. I think next year, 2019, it's happened so fast. And Mike Malone, who's one of the greatest site selection guys in the sport, he's been with Bass for 14 years, and he left Bass and came to Major League Fishing for the opportunity to do, something different like we're doing. And so he's got the dates in hand that we've already set, and the hard thing for him, he's got to take those dates and shop them around to these tourisms and cities and lakes and say, we want to, do you guys want to have a tournament on your lake, but this is the dates. And that's really hard to do, in a 3 to 6 month turnaround, because most of these cities book stuff way in advance. So the first year, I don't know what it'll look like yet. They're working on it hard. We supposedly in the next 2 to 3 weeks we'll have the date, the schedule, and able to look at. But I expect the first year to go to some of the major, named fisheries that we've seen in the past, but trying to hit them all at the right time of the year where the fishing could be the best. And then as he has more time to plan it out, and after the first year is done and everybody sees how awesome the exposure is for TV, I think those cities will be a lot easier to book and in advance.
Yeah, because I would love to see. I know James on here too. He would love to see like places like Gaston and Bugs Island and something like Lake, stuff like that. Just we ain't had no big events come back to none of those lakes in years since the Elite Tour was there several years ago.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of good places that we haven't been, and there's a lot of good lakes, that are real close to a lot of the lakes that we have always been, but just never been to them because they're, a little further out of the way, or they don't have a tourism or chamber of commerce area that really promotes or spends money on those areas. And that's one of the things that hopefully Bass Pro Tour is going to be able to search out some of those neat places. And even in the north, we were talking event last week with Kevin Van Dam was talking about all the great, Michigan, lakes for smallmouth and largemouth boat, that the season starts, late in June, so you really don't supposed to be fishing for bass until June for tournament wise. But he'll be able to, with this new format, I think we're going to be able to go to some of those smaller lakes and and expose some of the really good fishing that nobody's been able to see before, and that's what it's going to be about.
That's awesome, man. Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about your boat giveaway for the King's home, the King's house.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about
King's
that.
home, that's right.
Yeah, and just kind of tell us a little bit what got it started, and then what the organization does. A lot of people have never heard of it, and then and how you give your boat away.
Yeah, it's been a really blessing to be a part of a great ministry like King's Home. They've been in Birmingham area, Central Alabama area now for about 48 years, and they've and it's a Christian faith-based charity, so they don't receive federal funding. So private donations is what funds the ministry, and they serve right now about 120 kids, teenagers, and women, and women with children as well. So they've got it's a 4-part ministry that serves all of those. So there's girls ranches and boys ranches and women's homes, and they most of them are abandoned, abused, neglected kids that come from the wards of the state. They're taken out of abuse, out of foster care, out of places where drug parents go to prison and they don't have anybody to take them, and just some of the worst situations. But when they go into King's Home, the tagline is where hope lives, and so they don't have hope, and when they go to King's Home, they get hope, and they get taught what love is, and they get put in the homes with the house parents, and house parents live on campus in the houses with their own 1 or 2 kids, and then they'll have 2 or 3 other kids put in the home with them, and they're under 24-hour supervision. And it's just done very methodically how the process of raising the kids are that have been in abuse and bad situations. So we've seen it for 10 or 11 years that we've been working together with them. We've just been amazed at how we've watched kids come in there totally wrecked and destroyed, and they were going to be a product of society basically, and they're going to and just another statistic, and they end up coming through there in 2 or 3 years and being, as normal as everybody else, and going into college, getting, like this past year, 12 seniors graduated this past year from high school, and 11 of them went to college on scholarships, and 1 went into military. And so it's just amazing to watch it. And so when we come up with the idea to do the boat giveaway, because we were working with them and doing a lot of stuff close for a while, and we just, we knew the Lord put us there for a purpose, and he showed us that our platform, we could use our platform to help them, because we knew how much they needed the help. And so somebody actually come up with the idea about the boat and said, I wonder if we could do some type of boat giveaway or something. And then I got to thinking, I said, yeah. So I talked to Triton, Mercury, and Power Pole, Rance, all our sponsors, everybody, and just everybody was on board with helping me, get the price down on the boat enough where I was able to afford to give it away. And it's just, man, it took off. First year was tough getting 1,000 tickets sold, but we finally got real close first year, raised right at $100,000, and then each year it's grown 200 to 300 tickets per year. And last year we did 1,929 tickets, which is $192,000. So, and then all the donations that people continue to give throughout the year, because they learn about King's Home and they start following and watching and seeing what's going on, so they start giving to it monthly, or other donations. So it's well over $1 million it's been raised through the fishing community alone in 7 years. And this year, man, I really want to break the record this year, because they lost a bunch of funding from the thrift stores this year, so they've kind of got in the hole and really need more help this year than they've ever had. So if we could, I'd love to be able to do at least 2,000 tickets, which would be 200,000. But man, there's no reason we can't blow that away with as many fishing people as we come in contact with. If everybody would just step out there on faith one time and just buy one ticket for $100, it's tax deductible, and whether you win or not, it's just a great cause. And watch how much that impact makes when you tie into something that big and you raise that much money. It really goes a long ways for them. So kingshome.com is the website, and you can just type in kingshome.com/Randy Howell, and it'll take you directly to the page with a picture of the boat. And my boat this year is 2018 21 TRX Elite Triton, fully loaded, 250 Pro XS Mercury, 4 Odyssey batteries, power pole, Bob's machine jack plate, T&H marine products all over it, Hydrowave, Lowrance HDS 12s, 2 of those, Ultrex trolling motor in the front, and then Blue Water LED lights and Rockstar wheel package. And man, it's about everything you can get on one. So it's well over $85,000 retail boat, and one person's going to win it. And out of 7 years, we've had 4 people keep it, and we've had 3 people sell it. So I've got one buddy that's in line every year, wants first chance to buy it, and then several other people also. So if you don't want to win it, you don't even need a boat, you want to get a quick $50,000, you can get it really quick and never even have to come get it. So get that ticket, man. Be ready. November 17th. It's coming quick. That's the day we're going to draw it at 2 p.m. Central Time on Saturday the 17th. We'll have a fishing event for the kids on the lake there, and high school teams will be helping us. Big fun day of fishing there at their campus, and then we'll draw the ticket out at the end of the day at 2 o'clock.
That's awesome. I'm going to make sure I get into it. I missed it last year.
Yeah. And it's live stream. You watch it on my Facebook page. Just on Facebook.com/Randy Howell Fishing. And Robin's going to be live, Facebook Live, watching it going on, and then we'll post it on kingshome.com immediately after.
That's awesome. Is there any other things that they need? Like if somebody wanted to make, just whether it be money donations or if they need other things donated. I know like around our church here, we donate clothes and stuff like that. Is there any way people can donate other things to the King's Home as well?
Yeah, there's all kinds of needs all the time, and you can just go right on that same website, kingshome.com, and just follow the prompts, and they have other selections on there for donating items, for pickup, things like that. And you can just call the number and ask questions. They've got ladies in the office there that helping out all the time, and you can call that same number and get a ticket on. If you don't want to use a credit card online or whatever, you can do it over the phone just as well. But they're always needing help of all kinds.
That's awesome. All right, we'll try to put that link up here soon too, so everybody can get involved with that and go check that out.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. Yeah, it's on my Instagram right now on Facebook. We're blowing it up every day right now, trying to keep it out there, doing contests, doing everything we can to get people to like it and share it and spread it. So we appreciate y'all doing that too. And it's coming soon, and we want to break a record, and I hope everybody gets in on it because you'll definitely get a blessing out of it.
That's right. Well, Randy, it's kind of switch gears here. We know it's you like fishing crankbaits. You've won a little bit of money off of crankbaits, and but just a little bit, just a Bassmaster Classic and a little other couple little checks. But but now I want to let James take over. This is going to be our in-depth segment, and this is kind of something we try to do on each show, of just to get people something to go out on the lake next time and try. So, James, I'll let you carry over with the in-depth segment with Randy Howell. Randy, thank you for answering all the questions, buddy.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
Hey, Randy, this is James. How are you doing?
Hey, James, ready to go, man. Talk some fishing.
I hear you. Oh, yeah. When you are choosing crankbaits for fall, what's one of your main things you go with? Do you go more for a crawfish pattern or a bait fish pattern?
In the fall, James, I typically go more with the bait fish, some type of shad pattern, because the fall those shad are starting to migrate into the creeks, and you get a lot of little shad in the fall in most of the reservoirs, and sometimes that's why the fish get so hard to catch, because those little bitty shad, they're feeding on, you can't hardly get them to bite a regular bait. So, getting that right bait is a big, big deal. Getting the right action, vibration, sound, color, everything makes a big difference in the fall, and that's kind of what I try to match it up with whatever the bait fish looks like.
I hear you. Like, I know some people have asked, when you're choosing like crankbaits, like in the spring and then in the fall, how do your baits differ from like the spring to the fall when you're choosing a crankbait? Do you kind of use some of the same things, or I would think you probably go bigger in the spring?
Yeah, most of the time in the spring, it is more, for me, it's more crawfish dominant. I throw crawfish basically from about January, February, all the way through May, and really even almost into early June sometimes, depending on what region you're in. And crawfish, and I'll throw in a little bit deeper most of the time. All those that time of the year, that's when my Livingston Howler and Howler Plus, those two baits, the bait I won the Classic on, and then the one size larger, both of those are 7 to 9 foot diver and 8 to 10 foot diver, but they can be used shallower, by going up in heavier line size. But those wide wobbling, slow wobble that push a lot of water and have a lot of get a lot of resistance on your rod tip, those baits, that's what I use more in the colder water in the early part of the year of the spring. And then as you get on into throughout past the spawn, you start getting back into the shad spawn. When the shad get real active, then that's when I kind of start transition to the shad patterns and the faster moving baits, and getting that reaction more than the wide wobbling hard resistance baits. And that holds true right into the fall as well. Then it's more the fast moving, hard vibrating, suspended, shallower, like my Howler square bill is a really good bait this time of year. It's about a 2 to 4 foot deep running bait that has a real hard, wide wobble that hunts, and that it's the same body as my Howler 8 foot diver, but it's just got a circuit board lip on it that's got a kind of a unusual corners on it, pretty sharp corners on it, and wide, and that way it just gives that vibration real similar to an old kind of mix between a Balsa B type bait and a Baby 1 minus, that same type side to side motion, but it's a harder vibration and dives a little bit deeper. And I did a Bass Pro Shop show here on Gunnersville last month, and we did a square bill show, and I mean, I couldn't get them to bite anything in this one creek where all the shad and the fish were busting, and I rotated through and I got to that bait, and boy, that bait hammered them. We caught some big ones and caught a whole bunch and did a whole show in about 2.5 hours, and that's what it's all about, is getting the right bait at the right place at the right time, and you can have that action.
I hear you. Can there be too much bait in the back of a creek? Because I've noticed, like, when I'm in the back of a creek, if I see tons and tons and tons of bait, it's almost like it's too much for me.
Yeah, that's a good question, because it definitely is like that sometimes. I see it a lot in the places you see the most bait. That'll be the most challenging place to get bit. And what you'll see from that is a lot of times it doesn't. It's not bad meaning you don't need to be in there, because usually when the bait is thick, there is a lot of bass in there as well. They're just hard to catch, and you just got to keep making the moves and the changes until you figure out what you can make them bite. And then timing them out right, because they all go through a little feeding spell, a couple times a day where they'll turn on, they'll get real active, and they'll be a little easier to catch. And then you'll have those dead periods where you can see them breaking around, but then you can't get them to bite. So that's just a timing thing a lot of times, and it can be frustrating in the fall. And you can, go for 3 or 4 hours, not catch one, and see them jumping all around you, and then all of a sudden in an hour catch 5, weigh 20 pounds. That's just the way fall fishing is.
Yeah. When you're fishing crankbaits in the fall, when is the water temperature, I would say, too low? Like the water temperature is just too low that you would throw a crankbait at.
Yeah, I tell you, believe it or not, for me, it never gets too low. You just get into a different way of fishing and a different style of bait, or slower. That's when I slow down to the wide wobbling my Howler Plus bait, which is an 8 to 10 foot diver. I'll put that bait. If I want to fish it shallower, I'll throw it on 14-pound gamma fluorocarbon, or even 16-pound, and I'll target 5 to 8 feet deep rocks or riprap, stuff like that. And those slow moving baits that really pull on your rod tip and push a lot of water, those baits still catch fish right on down. I mean, I've caught them all the way into the 38 to 40 degree water temperatures with those baits. And it's kind of an opposite thought, because a lot of people have always thought that you only can catch them on a little shad wrap or something in cold water, and that's what you hear guys throw a lot. And they do bite that bait, and that bait is a good dominant bait because so many people throw it. But I totally go opposite and throw that big, wide wobbling, slow moving bait, and I catch just as many fish, sometimes I think bigger fish, with that bait in the cold water. So I crank year round. There's never a month that I don't throw a crankbait, and there's never a month that I throw on a crankbait I didn't catch fish when you get the right setup.
I hear you. Just one other question: what is your go-to crankbait rig, like from your rod to your reel, your gear ratio, and your line?
Okay. Yeah, I've tweaked all this stuff for so long. It's because I've had one system that I've had, I think, for my personal belief is perfected for me anyway, the way I fish, because I hook and land, as big as high a percentage as I think you can with a crankbait with the setup. But I designed the rod for Iowa, and we the first year we made it was the year I won the Classic. That was in 2014, and I actually used it in the Classic, but it wasn't a signature rod then. It was just a regular Tatula 7-foot medium light. And then as we started making the Tatula Elite Series, the silver rods with the pros' names on them, now it's my specific, technique specific 7-foot medium light, and it actually says shallow crankbait / lipless crankbait and jerk bait on the rod, because that's that one rod I throw for all those techniques: shallow cranking, lipless, and jerk bait. And it's got a little bit shorter handle on it, about an 8.5-inch handle, so you can hold it closer to you to feel it. And it's graphite and it's light. And I don't like glass. I believe I like to feel the vibration of the bait, and I like to feel the fish bite the bait, and I like to be able to feel it crank through brush or rock and without hanging up. I think when you lose the feeling of the bait with a glass rod, and then you can't fish it through cover as effectively. So that rod is perfect for me, and it's a fast tip, has a soft tip, and a medium backbone with a medium light tip, so it's forgiving and soft enough that it allows those hooks to penetrate the fish's mouth. You don't take it away from them. And so that's the rod. And then the reel, the Tatula, now it's the Tatula 100 reel, which is a new matte black 6.9 ounce, real lightweight reel that matches up really good on that rod. And I like to throw the 7.1 retrieve. Anything in that 7 retrieve, I don't crank with slow reels unless I'm throwing my big deep diving howler that's 20 to 30 foot diver. Then I'll throw a 6.3 retrieve, but for the most part I throw that 7.1, and because I like to be able to move that bait quick and take that slack up fast and have control of it better. and then I start out every time with a 12-pound gamma fluorocarbon, gamma edge fluorocarbon, and that 12-pound is just a good size. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, and it's just right, and that kind of gets me the depth that I want with the action I want. And if I want to go run my bait shallower and not have them dive as easy, I'll go to 14 or 16. If I get out there trying to crank deeper and I really feel like I need less resistance to get the bait deeper, I'll drop the 10-pound in that same gamma fluorocarbon.
Josh, did you have any questions that you wanted to ask him about cranking?
No, I was getting ready to ask him about gear ratio, but he covered that one pretty quickly, so he beat me to that question, so that was good. You just see so many people going to you just see so many people going to high-speed reels now that very, very few times have we talked to any of the elite pros or FLW pros where they actually start going down to a lower speed reel anymore. And we talked
to. It's just for the control.
Yeah. Yep. And you don't see many 5-to-1 gear ratio reels people use anymore. So I mean, it was like a time that it disappeared, then it come back for a little while, and then now it's like everything's high speed reels now. So, and I get that. But Randy, I'm gonna let you get going, buddy. I know it's getting late. I do appreciate you coming on tonight, and like I say, we're gonna see what we can to help out with the King's Home and help out with getting some more tickets sold for your boat, bud.
Man, we appreciate that, and I've enjoyed being on with you guys. And call anytime. I'll be glad to do it some more, and hopefully we'll have a big turnout at our event on the 17th, and then everybody get those tickets online, and y'all be watching live, and maybe we'll draw one of your listeners' names out, and you can come to Gunnersville and get this boat, and it'd be a great deal. So thank y'all again for your help.
Thank you, buddy. Randy, you have a good day, man.
All right, talk to you later. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what, that's a good in-depth segment right there on cranking, because that's a show that we've been trying to do. We've talked to a couple other pros about coming on, and it's not that they don't want to come on, it's just the scheduling, especially with all the Pro Bass Tour stuff going on, or Bass Pro Tour. I don't know, I get it wrong every time.
Bass Pro Tour.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Gah! Bass Pro Tour. But just everything going on, it's so difficult to get these guys on, and just really want to thank Randy and him for coming on tonight. It's meant a lot. So, but Randy's won a lot of money off of crankbait, and Randy Howell's actually a good old North Carolina boy, which we all know that Gaston and Bugs Island are big crankbait lakes. So, but being able to watch Randy Howell when he won the Bassmasters Classic on that crawl pattern crankbait off that bridge, that was pretty. I remember watching that on TV. That was just really cool to see that happen, and it couldn't happen to a better person. Randy, every time we've seen him at the Classic, has been a really easy guy to talk to. So, I hope for big things for him in the new tour and other things coming through. So yeah, guys, go out, check out the King's Home, and get you a ticket. It's $100. Seems steep for a lot of people, but you figure ain't really no big fishing tournaments going right now. You can save a little bit of that money, put it towards something that's good and helping out a lot of people. So, like I say, just go support Randy Howell and his charity and the King's Home. So, James, you did really good on that interview. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be able to sleep tonight now.
Oh, well, tomorrow's going to be a great day now. So.
God, I hope it's better than today.
Yeah, no lie. I tell you what, guys. I was kind of wondering if the show was going to happen tonight, because I told James earlier, if we have any kind of technical difficulties, I was going to say screw it for tonight, because this is how my day has been all day. Sorry, Randy, man. I really like to have you on, but I don't think it's a good idea today. Things ain't working out, but then James freaked me out at the beginning of the show. Yeah. I'm sitting there, James, you got me? You got me, James?
Out.
Yeah. He ain't saying nothing. Or he's like, Josh. I'm like, God, dog. what the heck's going on tonight? But anyways, everything worked out good.
Yeah, that was funny.
We would, like I say, earlier we was talking about it, and I think I cut it off. We were going to do a tackle organization show tonight, and this worked out for the best. Actually, I'm glad to have Randy come on, and I really didn't have my crap together to show some pictures and all that for tackle organization. I was kind of struggling with work and getting home early enough to do everything. But so that's going to be kind of going into our next segment. Is we're trying to get into tackle organization. It's that time of the year that you need to go through and make sure everything's right. And yeah, I know it's early, but you don't want to have to go out and spend a bunch of money at one time. So the best thing to do now is get your tackle out and get your notepad, and only spend what you probably ain't got to spend.
Get your Christmas. It's your Christmas list.
That's right.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just getting your Christmas list ready.
And then you can also see, okay, well, I need this much money, and I know that this person ain't going to know what to buy me. So you can kind of get an idea and be like, well, hey, how about you go to your local tackle store and get a gift card, like Pro's Choice around here, or if you don't have a good tackle store near you, go to Tackle Warehouse and get you a gift card, and you can go buy everything. So it's like James said, it's just a perfect time to go through and get everything ready for Christmas. But it's also a good time to say, hey, I need to get rid of this stuff. I don't use this no more. Why do I have it? And
you can't get rid of tackle.
Yeah, you can't. But if it's something you're not going to use, no, that's true. But some stuff, if you know you're not going to use it, it's always an opportunity maybe to help out a kid down the road that's getting into fishing or anything like that. You kind of hook them up with some tackle. So I've done that a couple of times with just stuff that I've gotten that I'm like, man, I don't even need this stuff. Now, I don't give away mega bass stuff, okay, or some high end stuff. I'm sorry, that's going on eBay to sell. If I need to get my money back on that. But worms, stuff like that. It's some great stuff to give away to help get other people into fishing, whether it be a kid or an adult or whatever. So, but go through and start. All you got to take is 30 minutes a day after work. Come home, man. Open up a couple tackle boxes. Man, I need more brush hogs in this color. I need more hooks. I need more of this. That way you got your list together, and then if you know you're going to go to Bass Pro Shops or you're going on vacation or Christmas time, like James said, it's coming up, it's a good opportunity to pull that old list out. That way you're not going to go to the tackle store or wherever and buy a bunch of crazy stuff you don't even need and still didn't get what you needed, So it's always good to get that list. That's a good thing me and James start doing. And then as the year goes on, then you start getting into tearing down your reels and cleaning, just kind of give you something to do during the deep freeze. So, James, you got anything else to add to that? Our next show is going to be tackle organization, or not unless we get another good guest on. But we're also got a couple videos coming up with that. James, I know we've been talking about this for the last couple shows, and that's what we've been talking about. That's going to be our next couple videos. So.
Yeah, we definitely need to do some tackle organization videos. Like you said, it's the time of year for it. So I know me and you both do the way we organize some of our stuff differently.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to shoot some videos on those, and hopefully me and you will be able to get together at some point in time and shoot a couple videos together.
Yeah.
So kind of look forward to that.
Yeah, we've been trying to do this for a while now. Sports, kids sports, work, and fishing tournaments. It ain't panned out quite yet. So, but yeah, we got that coming up Thursday.
Look for more next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we're changing some things up how we're gonna be fishing next year. It ain't gonna be a lot of hustle and bustle. We're still gonna fish some tournaments, but it's gonna be a lot more fishing in general. So, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. But like I say, going back to James's video he just released, make sure y'all check that out. He released that, was it Sunday morning? And then we also got our giveaway. Go check that video out, share it. And then Thursday, I finally got everything together on it. I know I've been keep talking about it, and I kept saying it was going to release, but I finally got everything together. So Thursday, I'll be dropping. It sounds like I'm dropping a mixtape or something. I'll be dropping a new video.
Drop the mic.
Be doing a new video on the trailer setup. And then James will be working on his setup because you'll see how different ours is. One, James will probably have a lot better built cabinets. as you can tell, that mine, they're not so great, but they hold up, okay? They hold tackle and all that. But some of that's going to change through the winter, too, so because I'm going to get James to build them for me. But I'm a mechanic. I ain't a woodsman. I can tell you that.
I figured that's how this was going to go.
Oh, just in case you didn't know, James, you're going to be building macadams for me. Thank you. But
well, I kind of figured.
So we got some cool stuff that we're working on with, insulating our trailers and adding some, odd end electrical plugs and some safety stuff so we don't burn to death in our trailers if anything ever happens. Little things like that. But as our
strobe lights.
Yeah, strobe lights with the disco ball, all that stuff. If we win a tournament, we can just shut the doors in there and just start partying. Everybody's invited when we win a tournament. And
yeah,
that'd be retarded, but it'd be a good time.
It would be a good time.
You hear the trailer bumping, boom, boom, boom. But so, anyways, that's about what we got going on. We're trying to get to a better schedule on posting videos, and that's what we're working on. So just stay tuned for all that, guys. James, I don't have too much more to add tonight. Just
I don't either, man.
Yeah, just get in our contest. That ends. It actually ends November 30th. Picking a winner, December 1st, and then what else was it? Oh. Brandon Overstreet also has a contest he's doing with the video for Heroes on the Water.
Heroes on the Water.
Yep. And I can't remember when that contest ends. So go to Brandon Overstreet Fishing. That's the page he's trying to grow. You got to like his page, and then you got to like the video, I think is how it is. He's giving away NRS Life Vest. Few other things. I should have got that picture and put it up here, but we'll end up sharing it again this week. So, but right now, I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed to us today. Well, actually, has totally subscribed to us, but we picked up like 20-some subscribers today, James. So I want to thank everybody that has subscribed and people have started liking our Facebook page and our Instagram. I've been a little slow on our Instagram, so I'm going to start being more diligent, doing more things with that. So. But it's been a good day on YouTube for us, and I just want to thank everybody that has subscribed and got into the contest. So, looking forward to giving out another prize pack to somebody. But other than that, guys, I don't have nothing else to add to it, James. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything. If not, I'm going to let you go.
I don't. Yeah, I can't think of anything right offhand.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. You can catch this show on YouTube. YouTube, naturally. iTunes, Blog Talk, and Stitcher. Oh, James, I did forget to tell you real quick before I let everybody go. I signed us up for iHeartRadio. So I hope we'll be getting our podcast shows on iHeartRadio. I meant to tell you that the other day, and I totally forgot. But I haven't got a confirmation email yet back. So, and they do all kinds of like podcast awards that I've been hearing about. So next year, maybe next year, we can get some people voting for us, and maybe we can get an award. But I don't know.
That'd be pretty sweet.
My grammary and egotistical attitude, we might not get that, but I'm not sure. Oh, gosh. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. Next episode, next Tuesday. Hopefully it'll be Tackle Organization. If not, depends on what guests we got on. But y'all have a great night, and we'll be talking to you later.
All right. Good night, everyone.